Hey everybody, I got a big thumbs up. Facebook Live, how you doing? In the office, in full gear. I've been getting such great results with this laser. I want to talk about low laser therapy. As everybody knows, I've been doing it for about 12 years, and it's revolutionized my approach to healthcare, chiropractic, and it's revolutionized my approach to patient care. So I hope everybody gets a second. I know it's a busy day. Everybody's back from Memorial Day weekend. Just want to talk about healthcare, do a little quick demo, turn it on, let you guys see what's going on. This is a very unique laser. It's a brand new laser, brainchild of Erchonia laser. We discussed some things that I love. And let's talk about low-level laser therapy. Number one, we call it low-level laser or non-thermal laser because we don't want it to heat. I'm not a big proponent of generating any heat. Everybody knows it comes in my office. If they've ever asked me a hot pad versus ice, I'm always for ice. I don't like a lot of heating because I find that heating to tissue can be very detrimental. I'm a big believer in laser, and laser being what we call photochemical non-thermal. So photons come in. Understand photons are units of energy. So the new theme about this, what enables it to heal is its electromagnetic transfer. It's transferring energy into the body to stimulate healing, and it does so through photons, or what we call photochemistry. So all those guys who went to high school with me, and we all remember talking about physics, and everybody who took their physics class, we're coming back now. But the stuff really works. What's interesting in this laser is that it's a mixed light laser. And what do I mean by that? There's two specific wavelengths. Wavelength is the color. So we use a lot of red light, or what they call visible light, 635 nanometer light. That 635 nanometer light has really been shown in a plethora of different articles to be very musculoskeletal healing enhancing. Interesting that 635 is the visible light wavelength, but the literature, once again, is robust. Erchonia's got a multitude of FDA clearances. I think actually they have 18 out of 21 different FDA clearances. And many of their FDA clearances are in the musculoskeletal light for decreased pain and increased range of motion, chronic lower back pain, plantar fasciitis, and nociceptive musculoskeletal pain. As everybody knows, I was a lead clinical investigator for what we call the EVRL, Erchonia Violet Red Laser, and we were able to show a 20% improvement versus other lasers in the decrease of pain and increase of range of motion, and some secondary improvements were not only just a range of motion, but patient satisfaction because it lasted for a long period of time. And you know, we're here as practitioners and doctors always to help patients, but we always like when they're satisfied with what we have offered them. Bringing it back into the 635 nanometer, 635 nanometer has really again been shown to help with wound healing. 635 has been shown to help with fibroblastic proliferation, which is a critical element to allow healing to occur. It's also now, what we've had here is we've always had 3 diodes on the FX635. So 1, 2, and there used to be just a pure third diode. We actually have a fourth one here. Each diode is red, 635. Milliwatts is 17.5 pulsed. So the milliwatts, low level, not that powerful, not forcing it in, just sliding it in like a proverbial knife through butter. It's also pulsing because the idea of pulsing is critical to the ability of the cells to absorb. They don't do as well with that constant continuous wave. It seems to cause a bridge and a stopping point and a defense mechanism of the body. So the pulsing is really good. And what you'll see here as I turn it on is that you'll see, I'll point it towards me, that you'll see this wave-like. So it's moving. So it's shutting on and off the muscles, and that's been shown to be extremely effective. So we've got the moving, we've got the pulsing, we've got the wavelength, we've got the low energy, milliwatts, 17.5, and of course coherent, non-scattered. That's one of the biggest differences in laser versus what we call a light emitting diode. Laser is going to be coherent, a perfect wave of the same color. So it's got all these reds, and it's very movable and mobile. What they did, which was fabulous, was they added a violet light. So now you have the combination of a violet and a red light. Violet light, 405 nanometers. Violet light, known to be antimicrobial, antibacterial, antiviral. It also works with what we call the sympathetic nervous system, where the red light works with the parasympathetic nervous system. So that means it enables you to balance this autonomic nervous system. So when you're sympathetic, it's boo, it's fight or flight, and parasympathetic is cool, wine and dine. The combination allows you to function appropriately. Most people are in a sympathetic cortisol releasing mode. However, the violet light with the combination of the red now actually has that balancing technique. In addition, the 405 nanometers at 23 milliwatts, so if you've got an EVRL, it was only 5 milliwatts, is just bursting with a cornucopia of photons. So it's got more photons. You're mixing the photons with the red light, and we're finding, because of the increased electromagnetic transfer of energy, upregulation and healing. So when you look at the different phases of healing, the addition of the violet light really imbues the body with all the needed energy to heal quicker and more efficiently. So I've been using it in my office, and the takeaway is the FX635 is great. The FX405 is 20% more efficient in literally half the time. So just wanted to share it with everybody. Just wanted to let you know what we're up to here. We're always doing something. We're always with new technology, and that's where healthcare is going, and that's what everybody should look for in their practitioners. What do you got? How are you advancing? I mean, people were home for 2-3 months. I never got more reading done and more writing done than in that 2 or 3 month period, and communicate with patients via what we're doing now, and communicate with doctors via what we call the webinars or the virtuals or things like that. So if anybody's interested, and I'll ask Steph if there's any questions. If anybody's interested, feel free to reach out. We'll leave a link where you can get to us. Any shout outs, anything? We've been quiet. We got everybody back at work. Terrific. So Erchonia, FX405, big endorsement, loving it. Patients love it. Dr. Rob, always yours in health.